Hey everybody, welcome to the Thursday Club. Today we're going to be talking about why some people succeed and others fail. And it really comes down to one thing that can make a huge difference in your journey. Um, so dreams don't work unless you do. This is a pretty famous John Maxwell saying, and I'm not going to go into preaching about my Napoleon Hill stuff because I think you've probably heard enough of it. But if you haven't read the book, please do so. But Napoleon Hill's first law, really, in Think and Grow Rich is you have to have a strong desire. And sometimes a strong desire just doesn't work enough. So we talked last month about the growth mindset. And if you have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, you're really open to opportunities and you know that things just take time. So versus saying, I can't do that because I don't have something. Again, kind of a Tony Robbins thing, stop looking for resources and be resourceful. People with a growth mindset know that it's really a marathon, it's a journey, that it's not about the instant gratification. It's about thinking 4 or 5 years down the line sometimes and figuring out how to get there. So when people, start something and they're really excited, and the gym is the classic, it's classic, and losing weight. Jen, you're a gym rat, so you know that January 1st and January 2nd, you can't get anywhere near a treadmill, right? So people that go to the gym regularly often will take that first week to 10 days off because they know by the second week of January, it's hard. People are like, I didn't lose my 20 pounds yet, and so they quit. So that's a fixed mindset, right? They're looking for instant gratification, they get really frustrated and they give up. So when it comes to, growth, and I've shared this growth cycle in the past, but when you start something kind of like, you get really excited about a New Year's resolution, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do whatever. You are really excited. Like this is the inception, this is the beginning part of the growth cycle. So you're almost like ignorance on fire. Like you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You think that, it's going to be fabulous. You're pumped up. You got your new workout clothes. You signed up, you committed. And then after about a week, again, going back to that gym analogy, you kind of dip down into this deception role. And what happens in deception is it gets hard. It gets hard. And you start questioning whether you should have started it in the first place. And I went through if you're a runner, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I remember when I was doing some of those long runs, and specifically my first 20-mile run, and I called Dave at 17 miles and I'm like, you've got to come get me. Like, I'm not doing it. He literally drove the car out and drove next to me and wouldn't let me in the car. So he made me finish, which really was kind of pissy at the moment. But the lesson was like, he knew that if I'd gotten in the car, I would have felt bad about myself. And if I had just pushed through that really hard part and made it to the end, I would feel accomplished. So the the point of all of this is where that big green arrow is. This is where people quit. It's where people quit all the time. And they quit because it's hard. They're not seeing the results. It's kind of like on that run. I wanted to get into the car because I'd hit the wall. I was tired. I felt nauseous. And I was like, at that point, I really didn't care if I made it. I had sort of given up. And regardless of what any kind of growth journey you're on, whether you're trying to pay off debt, lose weight, launch a business, change careers, whatever that is, you will go through this. You're going to be really excited in the beginning, then you have to do the work. It's going to get hard. You're going to start questioning why the hell you started in the first place. And you're going to hit sort of that rock bottom part. And the solution for that is you need to surround yourself with people. You have to plug in every single day, and you have to show up even when you don't want to show up. So, going back to the gym, even on days that you don't want to show up, even if you just go there and spend 10 minutes on the treadmill and do, one push up and one crunch, it's better than not doing anything at all. And you show up day after day after day. And when you surround yourself with a community that will support you, it's a game changer. This month inside the Thursday Club, we're doing this 30-day transformation. Now, whether you started it or not is fine. It is really hard, and if you can't stick to everything in it, you really should start over. So I have done these kind of programs several times in my life, and I actually finished a 90-day sprint program with one of my mastermind groups. And every single morning at 8:30, we met online for a Zoom meeting, Monday through Friday, every single day. And I did that for 90 days. And in the beginning, there were probably 30 people on that call. By the end, there were three of us. So only three of us were able to get through this. And the reason that we got through it is because we plugged in every single day. Even if I didn't want to, even if I couldn't do the work that I needed to get done that day, I plugged in every day. And that infusion of energy helped me get through that bottom part. It's really the main reason that Jen and I started the Thursday Club, because, all the stuff I talk about in my Thursday emails, people wanted a community. So I would love feedback from all of you. We have the forums that people aren't really engaging in, in the insider group. We also have a Facebook group. I'm willing to start a chat, or I don't have the capacity right now to do a morning Zoom meeting, but if, the demand was high enough, I'd be willing to do something like that. I am in other groups where we have a Facebook chat that we do, or we do text messaging. That seems to be easier for people to stay engaged. But you need to surround yourself with other people if you want to get to that point of transformation. So if you want to get back up, and the identity part is when you hit success. So all that stuff that you dreamed about in inception, you finally get to. But the only way to do it is you've got to stay plugged in every single day. You have to commit to it. So when, going back to Napoleon Hill and the desire, like if you want something badly enough, you'll do whatever it takes to get there, right? This is part of it. The big secret is in this connection. There's other amazing things that happen though, besides holding you accountable. If you think about things like, if you've ever gone through addiction or know somebody who's gone through addiction, things like Alcoholics Anonymous and narcotic, like all of those things, the reason that you show up for those meetings is to stay connected, right? It holds you accountable, and you're surrounded with peers that are going through the same thing you are. So when you're in that connection zone, you reach out to support people. I mean, you reach out for support when you're stuck and you're in that land of deception, right? So, if you're going through this 30-day program, which is awesome sauce and life-changing, and you're having a rough day, call me, text me, reach out to me an email, whatever, and I can help walk you through some of the things that I did to get me through there. You're also going to learn systems that others have used to get you to where you want to go. Again, kind of going back to why we created the Thursday Club. So, that's amazing. And it really is part of the whole mastermind concept of Napoleon Hill. When you are in a group of like-minded people who have similar goals in life, you will learn from them. So something that works for me may not work for you, but something that Jen has used might be perfect for you. We're all very different in the way that we do things. I'm one of those like overachievers. So if I see something, I go like all in like a crazy woman. Not everybody does that. In fact, very few people do that. And I'm not saying the way I do it is the best, because I tend to get burned out really quickly, where Jen is more slow and steady, and she's very process driven, and it's a step. I go A to Z to Y to L to M to Q. Jen goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so she doesn't get burnt out like I do. I take action much quicker. I can make decisions quicker. Jen is a thinker. Neither is right or wrong. It's just the way that we process things. So you have to find the systems that work for you. I can only give you the tools. The Earl Nightingale 30-day program, a lot of successful people have done it. So as I've mentioned a million times, I'm obsessed with why people succeed and why people fail. I've read pretty much every one of the top development books out there, and I have deeply studied successful entrepreneurship, and all of them have similar things that they've gone through. So that Earl Nightingale program where you have this, strict money, morning routine, you are in tune to your body, is what you eat and working out, and you don't drink alcohol, and you repeatedly listen to affirmations. Successful people do that. So learn systems that other people have done. And then lastly, it's really about connecting, sharing, and supporting others. So when you help other people, you're going to get something in return, and it's going to make you feel really good about yourself. So the email that went out, I think it was this Thursday's email, Jen, I talked about the power of thirds. So when you are in a group of people, a third of the people are going to be sort of where you are. Like if you're say you're going to a conference, and so you're all there for the same purpose, a third of the people there will be your peers, and then a third of the people have already achieved what you want to achieve, and then the last third are going to be people that want what you already have. So the magic of connecting is you are reaching up to gather information from other people, and at the same time you're reaching down and pulling people up and helping. And it's this amazing cycle that just keeps going on and on. But that is really the secret for so many people for getting, what you want out of life and having success. If you do not show up every single day, and if you do not stay connected with people that can help you, then you're really going to struggle. Can some people do it solo? Sure. They're out there, but the majority of people will give up when it gets tough if there's no one there to nudge them along. That's why Weight Watchers works. That's why Alcoholics Anonymous is so successful, and that's why they have sponsors, right? When, the going gets tough, there's a process and a system. Call me, I'm going to help you. So the same goes for anything that we do here in the Thursday group. Again, I would love your feedback on how we can all better stay connected. I know that now that everybody's back at work, people can't show up for these monthly calls, but they are obviously recorded, and we share them with you. But truly, secret to success, go back and listen to Earl Nightingale's teachings. You have the link to this. It's kind of old school, a little bit dated, but as we said in my little mastermind group when we did this program, be one with Earl, because it is really incredibly powerful. And lastly, again, show up even when it's the last thing you want to do, because what you do today can improve all your tomorrows. Everything builds upon it. And remember that, going back to the gym thing, you're not going to go from 250 pounds to 150 pounds in one day at the gym. You're going to have to take a year or 2 years to get there. And every time you show up, you're improving a little bit. And eventually, you're going to get out of that downward, upside down bell curve, and you're going to start going up. So those are the lessons for today. And let me stop sharing. We're back to me. And so reach out, do the 30-day program. We're halfway through the month. You can start it today. You can start it tomorrow. You can do it multiple times, but it is truly, truly life-changing. So have an amazing day and reach out. Thanks, everybody.